सचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. I welcome everyone who are in the temple as well as who are online. We are meeting after a while, almost a month now. There were celebrations going on in the temple related to Navratri, and then we had a blessing, and we had a Shrimad Bhagavad Puran Katha from Sri Devkinandan Thakurji. So we couldn't meet for a while, almost a month now, and we are meeting here again. It is told, स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्याम न प्रमदितव्यम. स्वाध्याय प्रवचन के लिए प्रमाद नहीं करना चाहिए. सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन, स्वाध्याय मीन्स सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन. Self introspection should not be discontinued. So it may have some breaks in between, but we should be continuing our understanding of scripture and learning them. So we'll continue with our study and of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita further. But we will be doing some recapping today because some time has been left, and where we were is to be, sometimes we are lost. So it is better to have an understanding where we were and how to, then we will continue from there. So here we were on the third chapter, Karma Yogo Nama Trutiyo Adhyaya. We are on the third chapter. Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? One of the most important chapter, directly applicable. Its application is directly in our life. Somebody wants to say, what does Gita teaches me, and how do I refer to it? Which chapter should I refer to? Then they should refer to third chapter. But I will strongly suggest that because Gita is teaching in sequence, just like it is in, people study in junior KG and then go to senior KG and grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the same way, Gita is also going in sequence. So somebody says that I know 12th and 15th chapter, somebody says I know 10th chapter or 11th chapter, but I have not studied or I have not understood the other chapters. Maybe they will understand it, but not in complete sense. The reason is because Gita is in sequence. Arjun Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamo Adhyaya. The Pratham Adhyaya, the first chapter of Gita is Arjun Vishada Yoga. Arjun Vishada Yoga is very, very important, and unless somebody has a Vishad in the life, they will not turn, they will not change. That is a message, one of the message. It is also giving the message about what are the bad effects of the war in the society. Why war should be there or war should not be there. And what are the effects of the war in the life of the people. So unless we understand that, see, there should be an impact. Even in science, Newton's law of motions, those people who have studied the science and those who remember their school days. In science also, Newton's first law of motion is that only, that unless there is an external force applied on a body, the body will keep moving in its own pace or will be steady at its own pace. Means it will not move, it will not do the change of course unless there is an external force. Human beings are also almost similar. Unless there is an external force, they will not move. That is why Swadhyaya, it's important. So Karma Yoga is teaching us how to do the actions in the life. So we will just take some of the recaps of the Karma Yoga till now. So there is a dilemma of doing karma. Anybody has got a dilemma of doing karma. Even a person who is not believing in Hindu religion, a person who is not believing in Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, never read, they have got the same questions, because Gita is not applicable only to a religion or only limited to a group of people. It is applicable to the whole world. So the dilemma is that, number one is that I cannot survive without doing a karma. Number one point, I cannot survive. खाने के लिए पैसा लगेगा, पैसे के लिए काम करना पड़ेगा, रहने के लिए घर लगेगा, घर के लिए पैसा लगेगा, कुछ नहीं तो जंगल में जाके भी लकड़ी का घर बनाना पड़ेगा, Yeah, I need to survive, and to survive I have to work. And it is to every embodied creature, it is not only to humans. Yeah, even a sparrow has to make a small nest. Yeah, a rabbit has to live in a burrow. So everybody has to do the work. All those who are embodied creatures, they need to eat, they need clothes, house, family. So they have to work. So we cannot survive without doing a karma. It is number one limitation. It's like a big field and we are making some kind of a, the outlines, the square outlines. So that is what we are doing. And then second part is, if I do it, I get entangled into it and develop the attachment. Yeah, because when anybody, again any embodied creature, even if there is a sparrow and you try to break the nest, the sparrow is going to, going to harm you. They are going to be angry at least if they cannot oppose you. So anybody who is doing an effort, getting attached to the results, that is a natural thing. That is natural. We feel sad with the failures or develop ego and greed with the success. The more the intellect level in a creature, the more is the attachment. An animal may have less attachment, a human will have the most attachment. The attachment is even after dying. So, development of attachment with the karma is inevitable. Then, as somebody has said and many people have said, I get my account opened with sins and virtues. पाप और पुण्य का हिसाब लगना चालू हो जाएगा अगर मैं कर्म करूंगा तो, और पाप और पुण्य होगा when there is a sins and virtues, then I will be entangled into the cycle of rebirth. Rebirth की cycle में मैं चला जाऊंगा. And somebody says नहीं करना है, being in action. Magar being in action is also an action which brings a result which you have to bear with. Karma ka akarma, vikarma, sakarma, sab karma, all three types of karmas brings the result. We have said it. So even if though I am following the path of inaction, renunciation, yeah, still I am entangled into the karma and the results of karma. And another part is, how do I decide which is a good karma or bad karma? With my limited intellect. We are not taught, we are not all sadhus. हम सब लोग साधु सन्यासी बड़े बड़े महात्मा नहीं हो गए. We are mango people, we are common people. We are very common. So how do I know whether I am doing good or bad? I always, I have told story before once. बारिश का दिन था, it was the rainy season. Rainy season is going to come. So when the rain comes, everywhere it is lot of water. So there is a farmer's wife. Farmer's wife goes to the temple. Farmer की wife जो थी, किसान की wife, टेम्पल में जाती है, मंदिर में जाती है, भगवान को भोग चढ़ाती है. She offers the money and food to the God and prays, oh God, please send the rain earlier. जल्दी से बारिश भेजो, send the rain earlier. Why? My crops will be growing better. मेरा जो हस्बैंड का जो खेत है उसमें ज़्यादा अच्छा पानी आएगा और अच्छी खेती होगी. Send the rain earlier. And gives $100 दे दिया और भगवान जी को भोग चढ़ा दिया. पंडित जी ने भी बोला आपकी भावना सफल हो. भगवान को नमस्कार करके किसान की वाइफ, the farmer's wife goes out. Now there is a pot maker's wife in the same village, goes to the same temple, to the same deity, to the same panditji also, and says, you know what, if the rain comes earlier, my husband's business will go in bad situation. Because when the rain comes, the water will be more and my husband has to close his business earlier, because during the rainy season, the pot maker cannot make any pots. So please God, send the rain late. बारिश को थोड़ा रुकाओ. And because of that, I am giving you offer. उससे भी $100 offer with भोग, और पंडित जी बोले okay, आपका भी मनोकामना पूर्ण हो. So what is true? What is right? What will God do? Both are doing with the same shraddha. Yeah, there is no doubt about the shraddha. There is no doubt about the intention of the person with the feeling with the deity. The offering is saying, what will happen? बारिश जल्दी आएगी नहीं आएगी? It doesn't work like that. It works with the rule of karma. It doesn't work with that. Sanatan Dharma is very clear on it. So karma is important. तो भगवान को बारिश जल्दी लाना या asking for the rain to come early or to come late, is it a good thing or a bad thing? We don't know what are our karmas. Another example is a knife maker. छुरी बनाने वाला जो होता है, a knife maker, छुरी बनाता है, तलवार चाकू बनाता है, या he is making with good intention. People will use it for a constructive purpose. Now somebody uses that knife for a wrong purpose, or looting someone, or killing someone, or intimidating someone. What will happen? Is that knife maker is doing a good thing by making knives or bad thing by making knives? What is the karma? So, in short, we do not know what is a good karma or bad karma with our limited intellect. And there is another school of thought which is telling that finally everything is going to die. Even in second chapter of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Sankhya Yoga, God is telling same thing. Your body is not going to be yours. All this world is useless. It is all going to perish. So that is why making sorrow of it by going or by fighting is useless. That is what God explained. अगर दुनिया फानी है, दुनिया is perishable. If the world is finally going to perish and die, anything, then even why to do a karma? What is the motivation to do a karma? If there is a lady cooking a good food in the kitchen, is told, after you finish your food and after you do all those, dressings and dressing up and everything and prepare all the food is going to be thrown in the garbage. What will happen? Then she will say, why are you even asking me to cook the food? Isn't it? The karma's result should be usable. अगर कर्म का जो फल है वो फेंक देना है तो मैं वो कर्म ही क्यों करूं? This is one of the biggest dilemma also, one of the dilemma. We always listen from people. अपना कर्म करो, फल की आशा मत रखो. फल को मत देखो, फल देख के काम मत करो. मगर फल देखे बगैर डिसाइड ही कैसे होगा काम क्या करना? If I want a mango, then I have to plant a mango tree. Unless I know that I need a mango, अगर फल ही डिसाइड नहीं हुआ, if I have not decided the phalam, the result, how will I even decide the course of action? So फल की आशा रखे बगैर काम करते रहो, it's confusing. Well, it is not actually, but those who doesn't understand or those who are in the earlier phase of understanding of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, there is a confusion, dilemma. Yeah. And the final verdict, what we call the final verdict. What is the final verdict? I want to be happy in life, feeling happy and living my life, in a contented way is my final result which I need to have. फाइनली जिंदा किसके लिए रहना है? सुखी होने के लिए है ना? किसी भी व्यक्ति को पूछो, दुखी होने के लिए जिंदा रहना है क्या? Anybody wants to say that I want to be unhappy in my life? Nobody. Finally we want to be happy. So the result of the karma should be happiness. But it doesn't seem so. So what to do? These are the dilemmas. And these dilemmas are answered very clearly in the Karma Yog. The third chapter, Karma Yoga Nama, Trutiyo Adhyaya. It is very clearly told, very clearly explained. And that is what we are trying to understand here. So where we are, just to recap, that what we are, where we are going, why we are studying all this, be happy. Somebody says, why should I learn Gita? Punya milega, ye milega, wo kuch nahi. Happiness milegi. कम होगा उसमें भी तुम हैप्पी होगे. Even if you have got less resources, you are happy. Important point is you are happy. Happy होना है ना जिंदगी में, क्योंकि किसको कम किसको ज्यादा वो तो रहने वाला है. It is going to be there. Some people will get less, some people will get more. And even if we get more, more than what we can, what we expect or what we deserve, it will be a burden. It will be a burden. Suppose there is a beggar. A beggar is asking. एक beggar था मंदिर के उधर इंडिया का हिसाब से, मंदिर के वो सीढ़ियों के ऊपर बैठा था. There was a beggar who was sitting on the stairs of the temple. Now there was a saint who was every day coming and who is coming to the temple and he is doing the puja and all that. One fine day, the saint, the rich man, thought, okay, you know what? Today I am going to give my golden bangle to this beggar. This beggar is very poor. He is living in a small, kapde ka chota sa jhopda banaya, something like that, a very small hut which has no locks, nothing is there. And the said thing that, okay, I will give my this, a thick kada, sone ka kada, I will give it to the beggar. So while going home after the prayer, the said gives that sone ka kada to the beggar. Now beggar has got a sone ka kada, but he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't have the capacity to handle. Kahan rakhu, where will I keep? Where will I keep? If I keep it in the pocket and I sleep, somebody will take it away from me. I can't keep it in my heart. I can't handle it. The person who was sleeping fearlessly all through these days, because he is getting hardly 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 15 rupees of the money in the begging. Now today he got maybe 2 lakh rupees of kada, sone ka kada, golden bangle. Where will he keep it? So a person who was sleeping very comfortably, even though he is a beggar, he was sleeping comfortably. Now he is very uncomfortable. कोई लेके जाएगा तो कोई लेके जाएगा, कोई मार के लेके जाएगा. Why? He doesn't. Capacity से ज़्यादा आना भी बहुत बुरा है. Yeah, sometimes we say भगवान को मुझे ये दे दो, वो दे दो. If all those things are given to you, you can't handle it. So whatever God has given to you is as per your capacity and eligibility. विश्वास रखो भगवान के ऊपर. विश्वास का मतलब क्या है? Whatever He has given to you is as per your capacity and eligibility. Capacity से ज़्यादा देगा नहीं चलेगा. You can't handle it. You will have a sleepless nights. Lottery लग गई, $3 billion lottery. Suppose a man in Canada, 649. I don't know. I never bet. I never gamble, so I don't know which are the lotteries. But suppose a man gets a lottery, $3 billion. What will happen? The life of that man is very comfortable. He is aspiring something. मैं ये करूँगा, वो करूँगा, मैं ये करूँगी. I will study. I will have a PR. I will have this, that, or whatever. आराम अच्छे से जिंदगी है. थोड़ा मेहनत है, मगर comfortable है. Now he gets $3 billion. What to do? Where will I invest? How do I invest? If somebody will take it from me. Sleepless nights. It is already proven. All those people, most of the people, all those people who got large lotteries became bankrupt within 5 years of their life. Why? Capacity से ज़्यादा मिला. जितना handle कर सकते हैं उससे ज़्यादा मिला. You go on the road and somebody will give you a diamond. Diamond is in carats. Even if it is 1 carat, 2 carat, it is very expensive. I don't know how much. Maybe $1,000, $2,000. Okay. You are going on the road and suddenly you find a big something come from the sky and it's a diamond. It falls right in front of you. Okay. It is 200 kilos of diamond. Can you lift it? You can't. Can you take it home? You cannot. Beyond capacity. So karma का जो हिसाब है correct. Karma हिसाब is very correct. We get what we deserve and what we are eligible for. That is what it is. So we will go further now on our study here, because Karma Yog is very important to us. So we will go further. I will chant the 33rd sloka. We already took 33rd sloka last time, but just to recap, because we are meeting after almost a month, just to recap what we were thinking about. So first is about that karma and the dilemmas, the 7 points which we discussed. Now I will chant the sloka and then we will go ahead on that sloka. Sadrasham cheshtate swasya prakrutir gnanavanapi prakrutim yanti bhutani Nigrah kim karishyati. This is what the sloka we studied last time. Also, the translation in Hindi will be ज्ञानवान पुरुष भी अपनी प्रकृति के अनुसार चेष्टा करता है. सभी प्राणी अपनी प्रकृति पर ही जाते हैं, फिर उनमें किसी का निग्रह क्या करेगा? हाँ, even wise people have to act according to their nature, because all the living beings are propelled by the natural tendencies. So how or what will one gain by repression? Nigraha. And we talked about Nigraha last time in detail. Nigraha is talked a lot. छोड़ दो. कोई भी कथा में जाओ, कहीं भी जाओ, पंडित जी, महाराज जी, शास्त्री जी, कोई भी, छोड़ दो, दुनिया छोड़ दो, लालच मत रखो, छोड़ दो. कैसे छोड़े? I got married just now. I got a 1-year-old kid. How do I live my sansar? Not practical. Sanatan Dharma is practical. जो छोड़ने को कहता है वो कैसे, वो समझो. ऐसे कैसे छोड़ेंगे? I always sometimes I joke, एक पंडित जी थे, वो बोलते थे सब छोड़ दो, दुनिया खराब है. वो सब इतना अच्छा कहा, इतना very nicely told that there are 100 people out of so many thousand people, 100 people told, शास्त्री जी ने कहा बिल्कुल सही है, दुनिया खराब है. After the katha, 100 people goes to Shastri ji. Today onwards, we are living our life, all the sansar, and we are joining you. Shastri ji 100 आदमी को रखेंगे कहाँ? उसका खाना पीना रहना कहाँ जाएगा? नहीं, आप लोग संसार में रहो. Isn't it? Imagine what will happen. Can everybody leave sansar? That is exactly where I always repeatedly say Buddhism is failure. यशोधरा और राहुल को छोड़ के ही तुमको ये मिलेगा. कैसे छोड़ेंगे दुनिया cannot. Karma Yog is for that. You cannot. So telling that the sansar is bad and you leave it and then only you will get, फिर आपको स्वर्ग मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा. ऐसे भी नहीं मिलेगा, वैसे भी नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि without karma, doing a karma, you are born to do a karma. पुराना हिसाब चुका के जाना है. ऐसे कैसे छोड़ के जा सकते हैं? How can you close your accounts without finally balancing the statements? Even simple accountant will answer no. How can you just leave it? ये leave है, उसका method है, उसका procedure. It is not applicable to everyone. जिसके दिल में संन्यास आ गया, जिसको दुनिया से अभी आगे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, I don't need anything. ऐसे आदमी के लिए ठीक है, that is okay. But everybody cannot be Buddha. Everybody cannot be Buddha. So those kind of religions which say leave, no. संसार में रहकर ही संन्यास करो, कर्म संन्यास योगो नाम आएगा, कर्म संन्यास योग. But we are in Karma Yog, so we'll continue with the Karma Yog. Anyway, so here it is sadrasham chestate swasya prakruter gnanavanapi. Last time I gave example. Shri Ram Bhagwan है, Ram Bhagwan, no, directly Bhagwan. Forget about all sadhu sannyas. उसको गर्मी में पसीना होता होगा कि नहीं? Ram Bhagwan while sitting under a tree, maybe in forest, चित्रकूट के ऊपर, पसीना होता होगा ना. स्नान करने के लिए he must have been going to a river to take bath. Why? Because there is a lot of sweat. I am dirty. भगवान को भी पसीना होता है. प्रकृति never leaves anyone, even God. प्रकृति never leaves anyone. So how can you say a person to leave a प्रकृति? प्रकृति will, खाना लगेगा ही. कितना भी संन्यास हो गया, दुनिया से पूरा एकदम विमुख हो गया आदमी, फिर भी शाम होगी, भूख लगेगी, इधर उधर ढूंढ के फल तोड़ के खाएगा. You cannot leave because you are embodied. We cannot leave the world because we are embodied creature. And that is why there is a rebirth. Rebirth उसी के ऊपर से. So we last time thought about it. Those who missed it can go on the YouTube and see my lectures. But last time we talked we have 5 different schools of thoughts. 5 different schools of thoughts we talked last time. Utilitarian, कर्म कैसे करना है, तो 5 schools of thoughts. कोई बोलता है दुनिया मेरे लिए है, या world is for me. Utilitarian psychology. World is for me. Anything in the world is for me. Me first. I रहना चाहिए. If there is no I, then there is no world. When I is dying, then the world is dying. But I in a what way? So utilitarian. Another was human as the highest. That is what we thought about. भगवान ने, there are many religions. वो कहते हैं भगवान ने आदमी को, इंसान को बनाया, फिर दुनिया बनाई, फिर इंसान को बनाया, फिर इंसान को बोला जा ये दुनिया तेरे लिए बनाई. Means you are owner of the world. Huh? Somebody will say, "Arey, why you are thinking and talking about it?" That owner of the world is a problem of today's environmental problem. Environmental problem is what? I am the owner of the world. हाँ, मुझे जो चाहिए वो मैं करूँगा. Dunya is for me. World is for me. I will do whatever I want. That is environmental problem, isn't it? Simple. World is for me. कोक पिया, कोक के कुछ भी डब्बा पिया, फेंक दिया रास्ते के ऊपर. I am having a company which is doing lots of CO2 emission. I will not care for it. दुनिया मेरे लिए है, utilitarian. You know what? Somebody says that, oh, Gita is नहीं क्या है? Gita is very pious. नहीं है pious, no doubt, no doubt. But the thinking, the wrong thinking. Gita बहुत क्या पुण्य लेने के लिए, बुढ़े लोगों के लिए, पाप और पुण्य का हिसाब करने के लिए नहीं. Gita is practical application. The science of psychology is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. So look at it. My request to tell this is, look at the Gita with the eye of science, with the eye of practicality, with inquisitiveness. That is how you look at Gita. नहीं तो क्या गीता ऐसे 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 हाथ जोड़ेंगे ऐसा उसके ऊपर like you will do like this, you will put chandan rice, chandan chokha ऐसे ऐसे करके ऐसे 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 सिर पे लगा के that's it. I always say, sometimes I always joke, like there was a boy in the school, grade 3. He was told, पुस्तक के अंदर सरस्वती माता है. We are all told, है ना, पुस्तक के अंदर सरस्वती माता है. So he is telling, okay, so he is going and he is not studying at all. What he is doing, he is taking his daftar बोलते हैं हम लोग, India, back home, used to get the bag. So he is taking it on his head, he is उसका पूजा करता है, he is putting it in a good way, and he says, see, when I am doing puja, the deity will be prasanna on me, and I will pass. होता है? Will he pass? No. If we know that simple thing, even in schools, why can't we understand that Gita has to be read every day? Every day, every week. Abhi Navratri, just now Navratri gone, Navratri, so everybody played Dandiya and all, right? 9 nights, aram se, and plus Sharat Purnima, plus additional, so many people, I also went, nothing wrong in it. I also went. How many hours we passed? At least 50 hours. That is 1 hour per week. 52 weeks hai, Gita leke baitho, 1 hour per week. We are meeting here 45 minutes per week. That's all. Nothing much. 45 minutes per week. That also available online in case you cannot come. Anyway, so and then we are told to do Nigrah, and then we thought about various the methods of Nigrah, which is told by various religions. Various methods of Nigrah. Dunya chhod do, buri hai. And then we thought about 3 things in it: self-denial, self-restrict, and self-discipline. 3 points we discussed last time. And then what Sanatan says. Sanatan says not to ask. And I gave an example there about the eyes. The 2 eyes. Why God has given us 2 eyes? What is the meaning of that? In this point, in this respect of this point. See, when we are told that dunya buri hai, world is not there, attachment mat rakho, don't keep attachment, all that. When we don't have the attachment, we do not care for the people. We do not care for those things which we do not have attachment. This is reality. You are always taking care of the things which you are attached to. Now, if we are told that you do not keep the attachment, then we will become careless. We will become careless. We don't have Bhagwan ke liye प्यार रखो. We are all told, माता जी के पास आएंगे प्यार से आओ. I always say, when you come to the temple, don't become a beggar, don't become a crying baby. Come with a love. प्यार से आओ. तो attachment तो होना चाहिए ना भगवान के लिए. If you don't have attachment, you will not come to the temple. Simple. So attachment, but attachment creates a problem. Attachment creates a papa, punya, karma ka bandhan. Oh, baap re baap, so much problem. So what to do? We don't have to keep attachment, then we are becoming careless. If we keep attachment, there is a problem. So the God has given us 2 eyes. From both those lenses, we see the world. This is a very important message. It's extremely important. This is the crux of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. If you don't understand other things like Bhakti Yoga and Vidya Rajguhya Yoga and Purushottam Yoga and Vibhuti Yoga. It is necessary. If you study, it is great. But even if you don't study, at least understand these two parts. We have got two eyes. One eye is telling, keep detached. But if we are seeing only with one eye, the world will not be clear. 3D, we can't see the 3D. So the second part, which the Sanatan Dharma is telling, is whatever is coming to you. Because when we are doing karma, something will come to us as a result. It will come to us. Karma ka phal to milega hi. So then what to do? Take them as a prasad. So one is to keep attached, but attachment to the God, and that is why whatever I receive is prasad. When something is with you, which is a prasad, you don't get attached, and still you consume it. This we discussed last time in great detail, how exactly the psychology and mechanism will work if both these eyes are working correct way. One is attachment, but through the God, and attachment to the things which come to us as a result is as a prasad. Prasad, very important. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate. In Gita it is told, prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate. I always ask, खाली प्रसाद में केला खा लिया या वो शीरा थोड़ा ले लिया, तुम्हारा सब दुख दूर हो जाएगा. Does it sound any person who is logically, scientifically thinking can get convinced by this sentence? प्रसाद का केला खा लो और सब आपका दुख दूर हो जाएगा. तो कर्म का सिद्धांत कहाँ गया? Where is the कर्म का सिद्धांत? You cannot. कर्म का सिद्धांत कहाँ है? खाली प्रसाद खा के दुख दूर हो जाएंगे. And Gita is telling that. How? We have to understand what is prasad, pratisad. Whatever karmas you are doing, you are. इसीलिए तो प्रसाद, when it become प्रसाद, आप जो लगाते हैं वो भोग है. Demand, the list of demands, उसे भोग कहते हैं. List of demands is bhog, and what you get back is prasad. That is what prasad. So last time we discussed this in detail, how the two eyes, how the Sanatan Dharma works and explains this with the example of two eyes. I think there is enough recap, because we had to recap. We already came after a meeting again after a month or so. So I will go to the next sloka now, 34th sloka, which we wanted to start actually today onwards. And this is extremely again important. This is telling exactly. Suppose there is a thief. किसी चोर ने चोरी कर ली. Suppose there is a thief who has stolen something. Now police is trying to catch him. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is the thief? Where is the thief? And they get an address. What will happen? Police will go and catch the thief, isn't it? Police will know the address. In the same way, the God is telling us the address here. हमारा जो मन है कहाँ रखा रहता है. So let me chant the sloka here. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषो व्यवस्थितो तयोर्नवशमाच्छेत तोयस्य परिपन्थिनो. परिपन्थिनो means foe, dushman, enemy. Indriya, the senses are naturally experience the attachment. Senses experiences, and experiences gives the attachment and aversion. अच्छा सा एकदम बढ़िया. You go somewhere and you to a restaurant, you eat a nice pani puri. Okay, pani puri everybody loves. I also love. Okay, you take a nice pani puri. Very nice. The tongue has tasted it, and now you are attached to it. Next time you eat anywhere another pani puri, it may be better or not better. I don't know. But what will happen? The comparison. Because your tongue, the experience is attached to it. Now somebody will say, oh yeah, attachment is there. But attachment is also without a indriya sansar. Attachment can be what is called as in English, it is called as the vicarious happiness. What is vicarious happiness? The imaginary happiness. मुझे ये मिलेगा तो मैं बहुत सुखी होऊंगा. In Canada में अगर मेरा बंगला हो जाए, if I have got a big bungalow in Canada and I have got a nice Tesla car or whatever car you have got in wish, then I will be very happy. So even without connection with the object, we have a vicarious happiness. सपने यही है. सपने में क्या होता है, जो ऐसे नहीं कर सकते वो सपने में करते हैं ना. So vicarious happiness. So here it is told as when the indriya gets in connection, experiences, then of the sense objects, but do not get then you get attached, And God is telling, but do not, tayorna. You do not get controlled by them and the way layers and foes. They are the way layers. Way layers means what? जो घुमा देता है आदमी को, हाँ, पथच्युत कर देता है. That is what it is. So do not do that. Vyavasthitam, situated. Paripanthino is a foe. But the word here important is vasham. Vash में रहना है कि नहीं, वो important है. So here we are going to study further on points. I will just say the points and we will talk on the points next time. So number one part is, somebody will ask, if indriyas are so bad, then why did even God give us the indriya? भगवान हमारी माँ है, भगवान हमारे माँ बाप हैं, तो माँ बाप क्या बच्चों को गलत शिक्षा देंगे? Suppose you are having a kid and the kid is having some sharp object in the hand. Will you give any sharp object in the hand of the kid? No. तो भगवान ने हमको इंद्रिय क्यों दी? Yeah, see, God is telling us, तोहस्य परिपंथिनो. इंद्रिय तुम्हारी दुश्मन है, तो हमको दुश्मन क्यों दिया? First question to the God. भगवान बोलते हैं इंद्रिय दुश्मन है, क्यों दिया? Why did you even give us the इंद्रिय if it is दुश्मन? A good father will not give a harming thing to the kid. Why did you give us? That we are going to talk. Question. And are the senses are inbuilt with likes and dislikes? अगर इंद्रिय है भी तो क्या इसमें inbuilt है? Is it inbuilt inside? We will close at 7. So, is it inside the indriyas? We are going to decide that. And definition of the sukh and dukh. And how the indriyas are our dushman. All these points we are going to discuss during the next session when we come back again on Wednesday, 6 to 6:45. We will study further on 3rd chapter, 34th sloka. Till then, I wish everyone a good week and happy time. It's a Diwali going to be. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. हमारी जिंदगी में प्रकाश आए. प्रकाश कैसे आए? LED बल्ब से, दिया जला के. प्रकाश मीन्स व्हाट? द रे ऑफ लाइट इन अवर इंटेलेक्ट. हमारी दिमाग में प्रकाश आए. That is what we are going to pray in the Diwali time. So I hope everybody will enjoy the Diwali sweets, crackers, ornaments, new ornaments every year. Must. I always say all the ladies, every year buy new ornament. It is going to work in a good way in long term. सोने में बहुत important. And the kids will enjoy dresses and all. So I wish everyone a happy time, and we are going to meet again next Wednesday, 6 to 6:45 again on the 3rd chapter of Gita, 34th sloka onwards. We are going to study. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha.